Yo. LRB, what's up? LRB, stand up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live today. We have major Liberian entertainers, major artists. We have comedian, uh, Liberian gospel artists. We have secular artists, and we have comedian. And we have lawyer all here tonight. So tonight we are here to talk about entertainment, especially Liberian entertainment. But firstly, we will start. We'll go around the table. The person next to me will introduce themselves and where they are speaking from.
Well, Victor, let the lady go first. Just so she's the only female. Let her go first, and then I'll go after that.
Okay,
Okay, hi everybody. I am Statius Rose, woman of Africa, gospel artist.
thank you.
Oh,
And which states?
I live in Denver, Colorado. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Mama.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mizonic. Some of you may know me as Mizonic Tunes or Mizonic ENT. And I live in Charlotte. Been doing music for a while. Started out as a hip hop artist.
And I live in Charlotte. Go ahead.
So
Open shop.
started out as a hip hop artist, but right now my focus is Afrobeat. So that's what.
That's good.
okay. Again, your own brother Rodney Peabody, gospel artist. Been doing it for a little while. And I don't know about the length of time, but since my mom bought me. But anyway, yeah, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm looking forward to a good discussion. Hello, everybody.
Hey. Next.
Hi, my name is David Miller. I'm a crew boy, and I love music.
And which states?
North Dakota, Russia, North Dakota.
All right, Russia. Oh,
All right, Shadow Man here, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Uptown. It is what it is, man. What's up, everybody?
yeah, what's up? Next person.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Dell Davis. I'm an actor and also I'm a film producer. I live in New Jersey, respectively.
Okay, good. Who we have now?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
well, my name is D. Curtis. I used to be a comedian, but I'm a full-time MC because the comedian did not get money inside. So I'm an MC. I'm an MC right now. Like the people can give me money. I MC people wedding and stuff like that. But
Okay.
I'm in Richmond, Virginia. Hey, cuz.
What's up, cuz?
Mm-hmm. Cause you go ahead, I turn.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Jada Mason. I missed what we were saying, but that is my name. I am a singer,
Oh,
songwriter, and among other things. Good to be here tonight.
Okay. Do we have everybody across the board now? All right. I think we got everybody so far. Um, well, tonight we want to talk about the topic say Liberian artists and entertainers forum. So we are in a forum to talk about our our industry because we believe that we are kind of mixed up because of election and a lot of stuff going on, and every talk show is just like causing mind, causing power. So we established this particular program last week, and will be coming on like every Monday night and Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So this is the second time coming here, and you can come as
Friday.
anytime. Yeah, Monday and Fridays, 9 p.m. So you can come as many as you want to come in. You are less busy. We got a set of people who come next week. If you still want to come by, let us know. You can still come back. So let me check. We have few things to discuss here. Let me check my list tonight. The first thing we have on the list tonight is as an artist or entertainer, it's important to have an manager or booking agent. Is it very important? So we start with Ms. Zonny next to me.
Well, I mean, it depends. It depends because
Mm-hmm.
if you're experienced in the business or understand business, you could pretty much be your own booking agent. If you don't have the experience, or if you're looking for more opportunities based off of someone or a company that is able to bring you opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
then you could work with that company. So, but if you're starting out in the business, I guess that's what you're trying to ask. If you're starting out, it's
Mm-hmm.
always good to surround yourself with people that will help you to do better, with people that will help you with opportunities that you need to get, with contracts and things of that nature. So it just really depends on if you're experienced in the business, and let's say you've tried to work with some booking agents, things are not working out, but you know how to do your own contracts, you know how to uh, set up your own shows and things like that. At that point, you really don't need a booking agent. But again, you still have to do your due diligence and learn the business. If you don't understand business, you're going to always have issues when it comes to contracts, or even like just doing events. So,
Okay. All right. Next, Dale.
Victor,
Yes.
he go down and then up and then down and then up.
You're talking about you talk. What do you mean? Oh,
So
no, no. We're going across the board. We're not going that way. We're going straight to. We're going straight that way. Also, the Dale.
Antawa, seeking Zagi and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. First of all, I heard Mazonik talking about, you need to have the business aspect of being an artist,
Mm-hmm.
which is very important. And then let's look at the part of you being new to the industry, or like having experience or having exposure first, before we can talk about management coming into play. Because if you do not have the experience, you don't have like the exposure, how are you going to get management? And usually if you have a manager, there's something in our entertainment industry that we don't really understand, which has to do with management. If you having a manager, you're employing that person to work for you, right? So you need to have certain level, or you have to reach certain level before you can have a manager. Because if you can't pay this person, it's a service that they actually running. So if you can't pay for that service, they're not really gonna be there. So I think before an artist or an actor can even talk about having a manager or management, they have to first reach a certain level before they can even start to reach to that point. So that's
Okay.
my view on that.
There to a point. We say manager and a booking agent. So it's two things. So you don't forget the other one.
Okay. As far as the booking agent, I mean, it all comes to management, right? So
Mm-hmm.
once you have a management, like, they take care of your booking, your everything, your PR, everything that has to do with the artist. The
Mm-hmm.
management takes care of that. So obviously, like, before you reach to that stage, you have to reach a certain level in the industry before you can even talk about having a management. Because like it's more like a business, like he was saying, it's more like a business. So once you start to bring those people on board, just know you should have certain income coming in to be able to pay for those people's services that are going to be rendering to you as an artist. So yeah.
Okay. We'll hear from D. Curtis.
I agree with both of you guys. I agree with Dell. Obviously, if you're not popping yet, the focus is to work on your craft, and to gain ground, to get people to get to know you first. Once your name is out there, then you can start looking for somebody to manage you. The reason why you're getting people to manage you is because you've gotten to the point where you can no longer handle the workload on your own and you need assistance. Um, so I will be thinking that we're talking about people that are established, people that are well known within the business currently that are out here. So with that mindset, most definitely you need a manager. Multiple reason it gave you that flexibility for you to be able to perfect your craft, focus on what you need to focus on, and let somebody handle the business aspect of it. As an entertainer, that's what I'll say.
Okay, thank you. Ronnie.
So basically, pretty much everything that we're supposed to answer or respond to here is well, it's been said well by the gentlemen before me. So um, I mean, like I said, there's nothing more, but yeah, nothing more on specifically on that issue. There's nothing more I can add to it. They have said it all. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think everybody will keep saying the same thing. Yeah, but just say what you
Uh,
can say. Then we will bring another one in right after that. So everybody got to go across the line.
uh,
So, is it time for me to speak, Victor?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with what everyone has said, really. Except, with a little caveat. I don't think it's necessary that you are, quote, established before you get a manager or a booking agent. I think it's important that you are serious about your craft, right? You don't have to be necessarily all, well known all over the world before you recognize that, hey, I think I need a structure, in place to.
There's a feedback. Everybody mute your phone, please. Go ahead, Mama.
My sister talking to somebody.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know. Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think that if you are serious about your craft, because remember, entertainment falls into so many different categories. It's not just music.
Mhm.
There's lots of other athletes and writers and all those kind of people that are also entertainers. So I think it's important, if you're serious about your craft and if you want to make a living from it, and you think that you have what it takes, you can start to seek out management. There are some people who will take you on, and for free, if they believe in what you're doing. So I think it's good to start getting the information based on kind of where you are with your craft. Regarding booking agents, I think it's important too. Again, if you're trying to make a living off of it, you need people that know what they're doing, that have the network, that have the connections to be able to extend out to those people while you continue to be creative, while you continue to, depending on whatever industry, whatever category you fall in, while you continue to work on your craft. So I think it's important for people who are serious about their craft. If you're playing around and you're having a nice time, then don't waste a manager's time.
Okay. Next person.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah, for me, basically what everybody just said, but specifically what Jada just said. I believe that if you are going to do this or you're going to do music, you will definitely run into people trying to book you, even be it um, because our people will say, oh, baby shower, weddings and stuff like that. I prefer you have management. And
Hmm.
sometimes we run away from those things and say, oh, I don't have money to have management, but it don't necessarily have to be money. I think we need to start looking at people who believe in our callings or into what we do, even if it's not spiritual, what we do, believe in our giftings and our callings and whatever it is that we are doing. And when those people believe in you, they will stand by you, because that helps you as an artist to focus on your craft and to be able to do the creative side of what you do when you have those things, because when people, a lot of things can happen to you as an artist. So I prefer, even if it's going to be something charity that I'm doing, I would just prefer sending you to somebody who takes care of that. That way they handle all that, so I can be able to focus on what is it that I'm doing, or the delivery, whatever I'm going to be doing. Because if you don't do that, it becomes a lot, because these people who are trying to manage you, they know the industry side of it. You don't really know. You just a singer, or you just a comedian, or you just a MC, or you just really to go and do your work.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer that we all have these people in our little corner. Sometimes you say team. I've had people who say, "Oh my God, it's too much to get a team." No, you can just get people who believe in your calling. Maybe it will become financial later on, but these people are going to stick by you and be able to make those bookings, or to be able to answer certain things for you as an artist you
Okay.
know
All right, stations. I got you. Next.
Yeah, I totally agree with everybody from the first to the last, and maybe I would just want to add this to it. As an artist, I mean, it put you in a better place, a better position. It's a whole package. As an artist, when you're well packaged, you have management of whoever run your affair is based on experience. It make people to value you, to
Mm-hmm.
have respect for you, not to disrespect you in a certain kind of way, like like I said, personal experience. So I believe that, like Jela said, you don't have to be famous. You have to start from the very beginning, especially when you know who you are and know where you're heading to. You need people to guide you and to protect you. So I totally agree with everybody.
Okay. Next.
Yeah. Everybody's saying good stuff, but I just gonna add to it a little bit. For the management thing, I've been there
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of artists from scratch. So once you get talent and your talent need to be noticed, it's good to have a manager. So it doesn't matter whether you have the money to go up there or not. Managers are the one that make artists make money. So if a manager want to make money, you would definitely put your artist to the places that artist need to be, so that you can make money from the cut of whatever he's going to be making from that shows, or from those or let's say program, or whatever he will be involved in. So you're not just going to be paying a manager when there's no money in the business. So it's just like you guys investing into, let's say, a commodity, and this commodity have not start producing any money yet. Nobody expect money. So in order for you all to make money, whoever is the marketing director, which is our manager, need to put our music, or create connection when with organization, with shows, with places, with whatever they can, make us look good. Supervise whatever we do, make sure that the market is out there waiting and hungry for what we have, and we can be booked. And when we get booked, then they make money, and we make money at the same time. A lot of artists get the things mixed up when it comes to management. They want the manager to be executive director. That's it. Executive producer. Executive producer, they want to put up the money. They get a house for you. They get this and they get that for you. If you don't have an executive, let's say, producer yet, you can still work with your manager and make sure that this manager put you to the places and that you need to be. For those artists that are always thinking, oh, when you get a manager, that means the manager is responsible for your food, your clothes, your whatever. Your manager is not responsible for that. As Masonic said from the beginning, your manager is hired by you. So in order to keep this manager or this management and to keep going, you should be able to work with this person, be able to understand that in order for y'all to make money, you got to do good music, you got to do good work, and this man got to make good placement. Management need to work too. I will talk to anybody that want to be manager. You have to work. You can't sit down and go, oh, that's my artist over there. Whenever the man doing good thing, then you open your shoulder. Whenever nothing popping, you acting like you got no business with this person. And you know what I mean? So if you think you want to be manager, you want to be the proud one, then you should be working. You should be all over the phone. Any shows coming up, be calling. Call. Make your call. Any event coming up, call. Even no event, call to different states, call to different country. Hey, I got my artist. I want us to do a show. And I mean, let's hook up. Yeah, we share percentage, whatever, come back to the artist, discuss and things so that y'all can make money. These are the problem our industry is facing because our managers don't know their roles.
Okay,
Whoever
we'll
want to
come
be
to that part.
manager.
We'll come to that part. I will divide manager roles. We're coming to that
Yeah,
part.
so okay.
You're going ahead.
Yeah, because the whole management thing, people just taking it all, they take it overboard, like they overthink it, So my only take to that, everybody say the right thing, but bottom line there is manager have a role, the artists have their role to do good work, and manager make good placement so that you and I can make money, and then artists keep your respect because when the fans or don't say organization cannot get to you directly and your manager is in between, buy you more respect, as David Mill said. Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much. And before I go to the next person, if you're watching, I want you to share this video because this is very much important. We got a superstar that on here, and we are not causing mom here. So let's share the video, invite more people. You're an artist, even your regular people watching. Or share this video. We need more people to tune in. All right, we got Just Spring. Just Spring, I want to say welcome. And the topic we on now is it good as an artist to have a manager or booking agent?
Yeah, I believe it's excellent. To have a manager or a booking agent. At least then that person will handle all your uh, affairs when it comes to your music. All right. So basically, I'm listening to everyone, and we're basically saying the same thing.
Mhm.
So I don't think I have much to touch on that.
Okay, I think like the first group of people were saying, you have to maybe be at a certain stage before you start having management. I think we need to straighten that place. Although some people will go that route, but some people are just gifted. And when you see the gifted child, you want to come to that person life right away, or like that gifted person to say, you know what, I can help you, I can push you, or I can book you. So we don't have to be to that place really before we can have a booking agent. Because you can be blessed and have somebody that will take you to the next level. So if we say we got to be superstar and our songs start hitting all over the world for get booking agent, sometimes you're gonna be there for yourself for a long time. And secondly, yeah, I want to go ahead, bro.
All right. So I think the first guys and what the second group on the year, which is my sister Jada, sister Stacia, David Mel, showman and stuff like that. What they are saying is also true.
That's
But
true.
what the first group was saying, and I agree with it, is that you can just come out as an artist, and then all of a sudden you say you want to manage your without your craft being out there and without you mastering your craft. What that's why I say though. That's what I thought. But maybe on the inside of what you guys have given us to, because for me, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, let me see what I can put out first. And when it's out there and people are seeing it, then it becomes overload for me because then I will start getting booked more because of the craft, the craft that I'm putting out. So I think both ways is I can weigh both ways and say, hey, I think certain things that you're saying about this, yes, I can take it, but for me, I look at it as the craft first. You putting your craft together and getting it straight up. Yeah, go ahead. D.
All right, so I was one of those that say work on your craft, make sure that you have some type of footing. Now, there's a key word in what Jada said. She said, if the person is willing to do it for free, for me, that's the key word, free. Because um, having a manager,
Uh-huh.
part of the role of a manager is to make sure that you're getting paid. Not unless you, like she's also stated, not unless you believe in the person craft and you're willing to push them to the next level. But if nobody know you, you are starting, nobody believe in your craft, and you want to go get a manager, that's somebody you're gonna have to pay. Now, if you
Amen.
have family members that are willing to do it to push you, by all means, or if you have, somebody that sees the gift within you and
Hmm.
say, "Hey, I want to nurture you to be able to get you to where I can take you," by all means. But once you get up and say you're gonna reach out to somebody, and ask them to be a manager. You either one going to beg, or two making sure that you're going to offer some type of percentage,
Mm-hmm.
because this is not charity here. Not unless that person is coming from a charitable standpoint and just willing and believe in your craft and willing to push you. So that's where I'm coming from. Now that the person see you, that you're doing things, you're pushing yourself, they can easily step in. Or you get to the point where you're getting called here and there for bookings, and you don't want to be the one negotiating.
Mm-hmm.
Then, at that point, you can go ahead and say, okay, yeah, I think I need a manager at this point. That was the angle I was coming from when I said you got to make sure you got your foot on the ground before looking for a manager.
Okay, Adele is next.
Yeah, so I was one of those who said you have to like put your foot or your feet on the ground before you can think about having a manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want us to look at two things. We have a manager and then we have an investor, right?
Mm-hmm.
As an investor, like I can look at artists or I can look at somebody with talent and I'm like, this person, he has the talent or she has the talent, right? And I think if I invest money into this person, like I'm gonna get something and I can be able to like develop this person in a way that can bring income to whatever I'm investing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then as the investor, like you could hire a manager who understands the entertainment business to handle the affairs of that artist. All right. And
Mm-hmm.
a manager is more, I feel like that's one of the things we usually confuse in the Liberian entertainment industry. We feel like the manager is the investor. No.
I'm sorry for
The-
interrupting, Tell Victor. You
Mm-hmm.
said something just now. You said in the Liberian entertainment industry. Did you all decide that there was a Liberian entertainment industry?
no, we'll come to that part. You still
Do we have one?
That's I mean that's the premise that's the first
no,
question that
Yo.
needs to be
no,
answered
so
before you start
oh
talking about
wait.
in the Liberian entertainment industry.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
so
Do we have
no,
one? We'll come to that point.
no. So tonight we actually talking about Liberia and everything that surrounds our country industry.
Mm.
So whatever conversation we having tonight could contribute some way, to build our industry or for us to have something called industry. So yeah, so like
You laugh.
yeah, so like I was saying, right? An investor could have huge amount of money and then he sees this person and be like, you know what, I like this talent. I want to invest some money into this person. And then hire like a couple of people to be able to project this talent that this person, has and be able to make income out of that. So it's more like a manager is not an investor. But then like it's possible a manager could also be an investor. So we're looking at it from both ways. So that's what I'm saying. If you are an artist or an actor, whatever you are, if you have a talent, like the first thing you have to do is to come up with that talent. Like let somebody see what you have. All right. If somebody sees what you have, then they can come in to be like, okay, you know what? I want to work with you. So it starts from what you have first. You need to sell what you have. So that's the
Okay.
reason why we were saying like you need to be able to come up with something before somebody can even come up to say they want to manage you or whatever it
Okay.
is.
We don't want to do it on that much, but I want for a lot of, especially those are based in Liberia, and few people in America, they are a little different, but let's define the role of a manager. Because in Liberia, the manager got drowned, they can get drowned with the artist because he has spent his last and no more money again. You will see the artist say, "Oh, I just been, he was managing me. I just around paying whole day. He not getting me a car. All my friends in car because one artist told me. He said I left that guy before because and all my friends got car. I on paper. It can make me shame, and so going to the studio there it can make me shame. So I can't take it. So let's define the role of a manager because a lot of people don't know what is manager, what is management, what it means because the Jeffy manager that your bank. So we'll start with McZonny.
Okay, so for a manager, unfortunately in the Liberian industry, I would say, a lot of managers take on the roles of, like the other brother said, investors. They take on the role of a booking agent, and those are really separate things. A manager is not really supposed to be the booking agent. A manager is not also supposed to be the investor. But in some cases, you have a manager wearing all those hats. Someone
Hmm.
who would step in and say, "Look, I know you don't have money, but in this particular instance, we're going to put out. I know you don't have money, but every single contract has to be different. So even though you step in or wearing that booking agent or investor's hat, your investor's hat has to come with a contract that says, I'm investing this in you. When you start to get money, this is the percentage I want after my investment is paid. And you, as the artist, you got to agree or not agree. So a manager should really be over the artist music stuff, like helping to even outsource. For instance, if someone needs like a press release, the manager may not know how to write a press release. You'll need a PR person to do that. So the manager could reach out to the PR person and say, look, I need you to do a press release. We're putting out an album. We're putting out a single. We're putting out a video. I need you to write about it. Here's the story behind it. Write about this. The manager could put on that role of when the album is supposed to be done, get it to distributors. The manager is supposed to get that album to different distributors, whether it's iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, whatever. That's the role the manager is playing. He does. I mean, when it comes to the investment part, again, they wear several hats, but you have to have contracts in place for every different thing that you're doing, because otherwise it gets confusing and people be like, oh, my manager not giving me money, my manager not doing it. It's not really supposed to be that. So that's the problem we're facing. Another thing I want to add is we're actually blessed in the Liberian community. The reason I say that is we have artists who are spread out the world, not only in the US, they're everywhere. In UK, we got artists in Australia, but yet and still, these artists, it's like I feel like most of the artists know each other's talent because we are watching, even though sometimes they don't want to comment on people's work, but they're watching. So they know who has this talent. They know, for instance, Toga Howard is good. He can really dance. They know Friday can really dance. They know this person can really rap. But yet and still, these artists are not capitalizing on the ability to say, you know what, I'm gonna bring this artist to my city, work out a deal with him so he could bring me to his city. That's really how it's supposed to be now, until things really start moving to where things are moving fast, like in the Nigerian music industry is moving so fast that they actually need to hire booking agents and managers to run their affairs. But for now, since we don't have that, most of us don't have that. It's easy for an artist to call up another artist in another state and be like, look, I got a dope single, it's new, I got a video, I want to push it, and just introduce myself to your city. And that's how really we should be doing. I know it's a little sidetrack stuff, but again, back to the management, each situation should have a contract, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Okay. All right, Dell.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
hey, hey, Dale, can you pay me one, maybe 2 seconds?
go ahead.
Um, I just think that we shouldn't do it on one question for long. Like watch the time so we can be able to deal with more stuff.
Okay.
Watch the time and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. We have two more persons to talk on that topic. Two more persons about defining the role of a manager and an artist. Two more persons can say that and go to the next one.
Or just give everybody 1 minute
Okay,
instead
everybody,
of,
1 minute.
yeah, because some people will have some good stuff to give. You don't want to just,
Okay, everybody got 1 minute and a half. So you next. Oh, the guy
But
spoke already. Dale.
No,
Okay, you
no.
got 1 minute and a half.
All right. So I think a manager is somebody who takes the full responsibility of an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to like your PR,
You
everything
say
that has,
for responsibility.
yeah, your artistic
That's
responsibilities.
what
That
you know.
that is like your artistic, like if you're if you're
Okay.
Okay, I understand.
if you're a musician, right?
Mm-hmm.
The musical aspect of it, like the manager is actually responsible for everything. So it could be like I'll talk about the film industry a little bit because that's where I'm from. So we have an executive producer, right? That's the person who got the money. They bring the money in and find a producer and be like, oh, I want to produce a project. This is the amount that I have. Now the responsibility of that producer is to get a director, get all of the technical crews and everything that has to do from pre to post production. And once everything is done, he hands everything over to the executive producer, right? So that's the same thing as the manager. The manager to me is basically working for the investor, the person who's bringing in the money. But then, like, it could also be this manager also has money. So if he got money, he could also serve in both capacity, right? So one thing that I want most of us Liberian artists to understand is or manager is not always the investor. So when you're trying to sign a contract or if somebody reaching out to you because you got talent, you have to understand like what role this person is playing. What are they bringing to the table before you can even go into signing a contract?
Okay.
So that's something artists have to look at and take into consideration.
All right. Thank you. Next.
I wouldn't even want a manager to be an investor because once you're investing, you're seeking your interest and your return. You may not even be looking for the best interest of whoever the artist is. Um, a manager is a go-getter. The manager is the oil on the wheel that makes everything to gel well. The manager is not your best friend where you've been drinking liquor with and you all grew up together and and he your friend and stuff like that. That's my own.
Okay. We'll start from Just Prince and go. What next to you now?
Yeah, you
Uh,
got Charlotte. Charlotte close to him.
okay, Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte. Charlotte. You go.
Yeah. As he just said, everybody's saying the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I would just say, managers are two different forms according to how I know Masonik was placing it. You
Mm-hmm.
got manager who invests, that's waiting for his cut of the money, and that's where all the confusion comes from when a manager invests, within the artist, and then when the money start coming in, and then manager start taking his cut because he been spending money, he been putting money into this artist, then the artist like, oh, the man eating my money, the man eating my money, the man this, the man that. That's where most of the confusion comes from, especially when it comes to the Liberian music and movie industry, because you don't expect this man to take his hard-earned money that he's supposed to use for his family and his own problem and put it into your craft. You bringing the talent to the table, and then he paying for your studio time. He paying for you to travel. He paying for clothes and all those things for you to wear. At the end of the day, when money coming, you say no. You should get the money. No, it doesn't work that way. So that's why, according to Masonic, it's good that everybody read a contract, see what the contract is all about before you put yourself in it as an artist or as an entertainer. Any entertainer for that matter, you can be comedian, you can be whatever. Once you are entertaining, you must have a manager. It's very, very important so that it can put some respect over your head. But in doing that, you have to make sure you're signing a contract that will be in your interest and in that person's interest. It's not only about you, the artist. Because if it's all about you, the artist, then nobody will put money. I believe these are some of the reasons why some Liberian, people that got money, they don't want to come into our industry because they're afraid that when they come into the industry, the artists will blame them tomorrow when they're not making money, or when the money coming, the artists will get greeted. At the end of the day, it will bring confusion. That I believe these are some of the reasons, because I seen the last time I think liability was complaining about him being tired with Liberian artists. I don't know if I'm not making mistake, but I saw a post from him once, like he wasn't that okay, with what all he been doing. I probably think some people wasn't that showing that much appreciation. And I think this guy was just spending his money and not getting it back. He was only doing it for the love of it. But music is a business, a multi-billion-dollar business that everybody need to benefit of. So if you are artist, you got somebody putting their money behind you, just make sure you make let's say contract with that person. Like David Mayer and I were under the same management before. We had a contract. That contract was like 20% for the manager, whatever booking we get from anywhere, no matter how much money you're making. the manager got 20% off that money, go to the
Period.
sky and fall down. That was the agreement between. Or some manager would take 30%, and some manager would take less. It just depends how much money this person is putting in. So the more money they put in, the more their percentage, the less their percentage. But the other manager on the side, what that manager don't have no money, but he got connection. And that manager is the one that's not going to put a dime behind you, because you are the one that's going to be your own executive producer. Or if you got somebody with the money that don't have the know-how, for how the music should go, then they can come in with the money. The manager will be able to manage that money and be able to put your career to the places it belong. So I just
Okay.
want for everybody listening, artists or entertainer, whatever, just get this part. When you get a manager, make sure you find out what is the manager bringing in. If he's bringing in his talent and his connection, I don't think that's a bad thing, because this manager can connect you to the higher height before you make your money. You already into a big deal. But if this manager is coming in with money, just know that he's not putting his money for nothing. You got to get money back. So you shouldn't be selfish about that.
Okay. Thank you,
Jada,
Solomon. Yeah.
I keep in time.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
got
true.
to stop clock on now. So it reach, I'll put my hand up.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just Prince.
Don't start the timer on me yet.
I
Yeah.
All
start
right.
you when you touch me. How many minutes you got? 1 minute 30 seconds or 1 minute?
One and a half.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
be okay. I'll try to be very quick.
Mhm.
You see, I hear we're using. I hear us using the word investor. Okay. Our Liberian artists, our Liberian people, they even know they mean the investor, or they know that sponsor. All right.
So please bring it down, yeah.
we I hear we are using the word investor, but our Liberian artists, all they know is sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And they don't know the difference between a manager and a sponsor. All right. Because in our community, once somebody got money and they start sending them to the studio, the next thing they say, oh, that's my manager, that's my manager, that's my manager. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a very short example from my past experience that happened in the 90s, in the late 90s. So I was part of a group, a R&B singing group. All right. And we were under a management, but we didn't know the difference between manager and investor. So this man had us in a 5-bedroom house. He paid for our studio sessions. I mean, we had our monthly supply of food, everything, and we had a mini studio in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, on every month, he also gave us a certain amount, a certain stipend. All right. So but then at some point, I believe he got burned out because for every time we used to go and do shows, a lot of big shows, and after these shows, we will share the money. All right, after these shows, but then out of a sudden, one time I think there were a couple of times we went to him for money, and he got frustrated. He was like, "Oh, I'm spending all this money behind you guys, and I'm not getting anything back." So the biggest mistake we made was that we had an investor, but then we did not have a manager to structure us so we can make money to bring money in.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got what drowning with him.
So that was the biggest mistake we made.
Okay. All right, Jada.
Alessandra, Alessandra.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Okay. Jada, go ahead.
I'll pass my time. There's
No,
no.
no, no.
I
One
think
year.
no. I know, but I have difficulty when we're not clear on this. The answer is, what is the manager's role, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we should spend time talking about, because it's important that people are educated on these things, not just what is not. You know what I'm saying? A manager's role is really what you and the artist decide that role to be in your contract, right? So a
Mm-hmm.
manager's role can encompass a lot of things. It can encompass, and it really is the manager's job is to really help to structure the artist's brand, It's really to ask, what is the manager's job as a whole is to get the artist to the destination that that artist is trying to get to, right? He or she is driving that train, not even the artist. The manager is you tell the artist, or the manager and the artist have a conversation, and the artist says, listen, this is where I see this artistry. Whether, you know what I mean? If you're an actor, if you're a musician, if you're an athlete, if you're a comedian, I see this artistry being here, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
manager's job now is to take that person's goal, dream, vision, foresight, and to bring it to pass. How they do that is creating or helping to form and shape the brand, making sure the message of that artistry gets out there, publicity, scheduling shows, making sure that the artist gets what they need, protecting the artist in the public. And I mean, so it's a relationship like none other. It's a very close relationship. It's definitely not somebody who is not making sure you're not on the pen pen or whatever. It's not their responsibility to do that. Although it's their responsibility. I've had the same manager now for at least the last almost 5 years. And if I was found in a situation where I wasn't comfortable there,
Mm-hmm.
he will definitely he will take the hit, right? He doesn't want me to look bad. And because why? That's not where I want my ministry to go. That's not the imagery I want to present. So that's at the end of the day, that is the manager's role. The vision, he's the vision carrier. He is the vision carrier. Wherever he goes, he's taking that artist with him in a way in which the artist is trying to go to. So I think that's what we need to. I don't know much about, all these things where people complaining, oh, my manager didn't buy my red shoe or something like that. That's just, again, we're talking about unserious people,
Okay.
so.
Okay. Thank you, Rose.
Yeah, for me, really,
Unmute your phone. 'Cause somebody's phone is gonna make it noise. Mute your phone. They're ready to speak. Mm-hmm.
I think an artist, a manager oversees any tasks that help the artist really to accomplish their goals. And it can be anything from like promoting the artist, overseeing like the entire budget that they have for projects and stuff like that, negotiating contract, artist development, and and I think also, and what Jada said, it is really what's in your contract, because sometimes there are some managers that are not the people who do bookings for you. If they need anything, they go to the person who do the booking, but it really lies within your contract. But if you have a vision, you tell this person who's supposed to be your manager. My thing is, I present that's what I personally did. I present my vision and where I want to be. Every January I have a meeting with my manager here, and then I have one in East Africa. I make them all come together, and they ask me for my vision for the year and what I want to do as far as music, as far as concert, as far as everything that I want to do. I tell them what I want, and my expectation for them is for them to drive that, for them to accomplish that. And even if we can meet up with dates and stuff, we communicate, we have meetings, we talk, okay, this is not doable, this is doable. So basically, what everybody here is saying, that's it. You put your vision down, and this person is there to carry it, to get you to where you want to be. That's
Okay.
it.
Thank you so much, David Mel.
The people spoke my mind, so not to just keep quiet, but that's just the truth. The the manager is the one that take the artist's vision and bring it to reality.
Mm-hmm.
Protect, guide, nurture. First of all, the manager is somebody who believe 100% in the artist. You have to believe it's a relationship. It's like a husband and wife thing. It's intimate. The reason why I say that, because when I was listening to Michael Jackson, the late Michael Jackson manager, he talked about a lot of things. He said Michael and I had a personal relationship. I have to look into Michael and see where this man have to go. I have to put my life down for him to get to this place to accomplish his goal. So in order to what my sister just said, a manager is the one that interpret the artist's vision. It comes in different ways. Make sure this
Yeah,
person get
but
it.
they, like some people don't have vision or how will manage.
Then I mean that's what make you great. You must have a vision. You gotta know where you're going. It's not all about just being an artist, and that's why you, like you said, that's why you find artists complaining about certain thing. No, you must know where you're heading to, for somebody to believe in you and take you to where you gotta get to. There, so that's the job of a manager. It just work in different ways. It's a full package. Like I said, it's a relationship. I have to believe in you, Victor. I have to see the potential in you for me to sacrifice my life. I gotta believe in you and take you. My job is to just interpret you to the world
Okay.
wherever we possible. Yeah.
All right, Rodney.
Again, so sorry for the breaking my coverage.
Mhm.
Anyway, but you guys have said for me, I look at it as the vision. So if there's a if there's a pay manager, that means you must have contract. Like how we talk about it with D credits, like somebody can volunteer, but is even though you have money with the person, we have contract with them. I believe again, like everybody have said, for me, that's why it take me forever. I don't have one yet, so I don't know. It take me forever to find somebody who knows, who understand my vision. So I think it's more about the vision than anything else. Even with money pay, with you having a paid manager, it still has to be about the vision first
Yeah.
that you
Okay.
are carrying. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
like,
real quick before we leave this topic, right?
uh-huh.
I just want to drop this in there real quick. As an artist too, if you have the manager too, you have to build that relationship with your manager. You know, do not be this artist when your manager finish striking a deal, because I see it happening out in our community a lot. When your manager finish striking a deal and the deal hasn't gone through yet, sometimes some artists they will leave and go call the people and say, you know what, for this amount, and have yet to it, don't mind that my manager there. I've seen it happen so many times in our
Okay.
community.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see a lot of artists they are hopping from one manager to another manager to another manager, because they're said to they try to outsmart and crook the managers.
Okay. Let me summarize before we go to the next topic, which is a very major one that we came here for tonight. Um, for my take on this whole topic is that a manager role is different. Like some people take manager to be sponsor. When Tina fall in place, they are mad and they don't say you got dollar anywhere, nothing. They don't get it. And secondly, you are being managed. Uh, don't be a manager will not be seeing you on some kind of 2 year old birthday, what they're thinking. Or some kind of man, man, you're in kind older boy, we went to school together, man, ball. And leader manager behind you already you performing to one of your man and show a birthday party. You don't tell your manager. You read their part, and then the manager say, I say, oh, that my boy went to school, were in JJ all that time. So I was show face. And when you are being managed, a lot of things that you can't do anymore. You can be seen on any flyer that a manager has not been approved of. And you can be to small party and performing without your manager or singing. But a lot of people bypass manager. There's no respect. And people body can be itching when they say sit down here. To be manager can be easy too. That was your tussle. That was your tussle. You want to go chill to your main play to go gig. But the manager will be getting you, it will bother you, and you'll be like, okay, what can I do? I say, so I used to be free before. It's a lot of things that come with it. Things you got to humble yourself in the first place, and your page might be taken over by your manager, your fan page. If you have a fan page, manager got to do it. And about I see artists running their own fan page, they're running their own everything, and while manager just booking. So it get tough at times. Uh, um, that out working his way out, and manager do it own, and sometimes all your just collapse, and you can't even understand people anymore. Then everybody go their own way. Oh, the man can do they can do. It's there's a lot of things that come with that management. You can be so restricted to so many things. You can lose a small ball or small girl because manager not tall, you can make it, and people will They will call you when somebody call you to book you, send it to your manager directly if you don't have a booking agent. But they will do the contract. The prince was saying they will come back. Oh, just tell them say send 500 or this. Like they do their own connection. And when tell people to go to your manager, they don't want to go there. Oh, you must have talking. All right, why you send me to manager? There are a lot of things we have to do and we have to learn from. So I just wanted to throw that in there. It comes with a lot of discipline. As if you want to get a manager, booking agent not too bad because you can work with the booking agents on top. But when you're under a management, a lot of you can do. You look like a small boy, small girl. So enough for fun. All right. So the next thing is that the major thing that I want to say is that that we want to talk on before we close here is it good for an artist to be in politics? Yeah, is it good that our artist be in politics because I think you're in politics, people vest. When you're not in politics, people vest. When you're speaking to your mom, people vest. So well, let's start with Ms. Zonny because this is very important because everybody going to politics now and people think when you're in politics, you will lose respect. You're not supposed to be in politics. You're not supposed to talk about anything as a citizen of the country. So it's one of the major things we, oh yeah, after the then that's it. Let's go ahead, boss.
Okay, well, that's a really good question. Somebody mic is feedbacking. I don't know. I think it's David Mill. Can y'all please mute your mics, everybody?
That
Yeah.
George Prince.
I just figured out probably when he started after.
Just when who the engineer like he come with bar son.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mezoni, my man, get it? Mezoni got something that gives me?
My
Okay.
mic is on mute.
Ronnie, somebody said their question go to you.
But
T Mark, I will call you. I've been calling you, but I didn't get you. But you will be on the next show on Friday.
to answer this question, it's very tricky. And the reason why I say it's tricky is because you see a lot of artists in Liberia that are jumping into politics. The reason they're jumping into politics is they might not really be affiliated with a political party. They're jumping in it for the money. They're jumping in it for the money. So apparently, the current president may have a budget to pay those artists to do a song, to do some shows, to galvanize people to come and see and hear about his party. And they are the party that are willing to spend the money. So that's why we see our artists jumping behind a certain person. But realistically, it's really not good for artists to jump into politics because the reason you don't want to do that is you're going to alienate some of your fans. As fans, there will be fans who will be for the other party. There will be fans who are independent. There will be fans who will be for the other party. So if you're saying, oh, I align myself with this political view, and you could feel strongly about it too. If that's what you feel strongly about, you got to be prepared to lose fans. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't get me out.
No, you have to be prepared to lose fans.
Okay.
If you feel strongly about that, you're gonna lose fans. But as an artist, you have to stay neutral. That way, you always have fans on both sides of the fence. So that's how.
Okay. Our next person.
Yeah, so that's a very good question. I think there's something that's going on in the Liberian community that a lot of our entertainers they are actually getting into politics, most especially the ones that are back home. And I think the reason those people they're actually at the forefront of everything that's going on is because they don't know what to stand for. They do not understand what they have, the talent they have. So that's the reason why they're willing to just take anything. Because if you don't value what you have, you don't know what you have, you'll just settle down for anything. Um, that brings me to a couple of artists, right? I'm not really gonna call names. A few years ago, when this government started, like a lot of them, they were all around the place. Oh, the government is this, the government is doing that. We're not benefiting as artists. We're not getting this. We're not getting that. But now, just a few weeks to elections, they're all sinking purses to the government. Oh, the government is this, the government is that. All because of, something or whatever it is. But now my thing is, artists should not really get involved into politics. Like the brother just said. if you want to lose a fan base, then you should get into that, because you should always be a neutral person, because your fan base, some of them might be um opposition, or they might be, current government. So if you going on another side, obviously you should know the people on the other side going against you, they're not even going to support you. And secondly, one of the things that most of the entertainers in Liberia didn't understand is your income comes from those fans. Like, most of your income is from a fan base. Because if you don't have fan base, how your music is gonna go out there? Who are those streaming your music? The fans, right? They're the ones. So if you going back and forth, like I saw some artists that were insulting the fans on their Facebook page.
You kidding?
Going back and forth insulting them. You can't be like that. All right, you can't be like that. Stay as a neutral person, focus on your craft, and push your craft forward. Now, there's another way. If a politician reaches out to artists and be like, I want you to do a song for me, it depends, right? That's a contract. That's a business.
Don't put depends there. Oh.
No,
Then
that's
comes for the show.
no, I'm not spoiling it. If a politician reaches out to an artist, right? Like, oh, I want you to do a song for me. You look at what is in it. Like, you look at what are the messages you're putting out there. Is it gonna be is it gonna affect my fan base? Is it gonna affect me as an artist? You have to look at it from both ways, right? Like I said, you do not have to get involved into this. So if I was like somebody that, if I was like a musician and then a politician reaches out to me like, I want you, I'll just say no.
Okay. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just stay away from
You,
everything.
you got you got 2 seconds now.
Yeah, because and lastly, what I think is one of the mistakes they're making. Some of them be like, "Oh yeah, I go and eat my own." At the end of the day, I'm not for fun. I just go and eat my own with chopping. You're not chopping, bro. You're convincing your fan base that you have, because you have over thousands of people who listens to your music. They're fan of your music, right? So they see you as a role model. They see you as somebody that a lot of them look up to. So if you saying something different and you're doing something different, you're kind of like manipulating those people to do what you are saying, but you're not doing it. And that is very bad. That's why most of our artists back home, that's what they're doing.
Okay. All right. Next person.
For me, I'm a citizen of the country.
Mm-hmm.
I have every right to partake in the political issue of my country, especially if it's something that I know that is going to impact the masses. As long as I am not selling my integrity and I'm not selling my conscience, and my conscience set me right, if I believe that a said politician is the right person for the nation, I will voice my opinion on it. If we're talking about Liberia,
Mm-hmm.
okay, how much money? All right, I'm talking about music now. How much money does the artist get from the citizens in Liberia? The most paying people in Liberia, like the politician, a regular Liberian civilian who is not in public office will not even look at you to book you, to pay you $500 for you to come to their event in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I'm not saying that you should sell your right for that little change that you're getting. You should be able to go to the table and be able to negotiate for things that will benefit your career, not just the one check that you're getting for that event because that election time. But that person reaching out to you saying, oh, I want you to come on the campaign trail. I want you to come sing. I want you to come do this. That's your opportunity to put their feet to the fire as to what are you going to do for my industry? Because this is my career. This is what I live by. What are you going to do for me to be able to go on stage to let the people know? Because the reason why you're coming to me is because I have a following. For me to go on stage to let those people know that follow me, that I believe in what you are doing, and not to just sell myself for that little money that you're going to give me. Because I believe The politician need us more, but then the politician benefit more after they finish using us. So before you use me, I got to make sure there are things in line that will benefit me and move me and what I look for in my country. If it's there, then I will come and stand with you. I don't think it's wrong for you to stand with a political party. I don't have one. But if I do see a political party that I believe in, I will stand by them. If I see something that is wrong within the country, I will voice my opinion. Like other people are saying, yes, there are consequences. You're going to lose. But there's price for everything in life. So if I'm going to say, okay, well, I don't want to lose 1, 2, 3 fans when I know there's something wrong going on, then you expect me to keep quiet simply because I don't want to lose 1, 2, 3 fans. Hey, for me personally, before I became a comedian or start doing MC job, I was surviving. Worst case scenario, I will go back to survive the way I was surviving. But I will not set my conscience and my integrity. I won't put it on the line simply because somebody think today I'm funny, tomorrow I'm not funny anymore because I said something against a political leader. That's just my stand.
Okay, thank you so much.
And for me, where I stand with this, or I don't know, I don't really know my position, but I kind of know. My thing here is I'm speaking from gospel music aside. So I don't know about most people, but sometimes when you are called to do something, in as much as we are doing gospel music, we are fighting for our salvation as well. All
Mhm.
around the world, it doesn't matter if it's Liberia, America, wherever. When you become a politician, these people go into doing politics with their whole heart and they want to help the people. But they get there and they have so many temptations and they all just fall for it. They would stay away from it, from the corruption. They would stay away from watching people do things that are not right, but they just have to be there. Then they become corrupt. I say the same thing with pastors sometimes. No pastor go and say, I want to pastor a church because I want to be corrupt, or I want to go and be gossiping about people, or be listening to people's problem and getting in on the pulpit and talk about it. But then they get there and then they get corrupt. But like Brother Curtis was saying,
Mhm.
if you strong enough that you will not sell your integrity, you will not do things that you're not supposed to do as a typical politician, you want to do that, that's fine. But for me, that's not something I really want to look into, because it's so, the challenges out there for getting into politics as a gospel artist is so, it's risky. I don't want anything that would temper with my calling. I don't want anything that's going to temper with my salvation. So that's the reason why I would not do it. And it goes back to Paul in the Bible. He said what he spoke about marriage. It's like, I'm not saying nobody should get married. I'm not married because I know I can withstand this. But if you know you want to get married, you can't stand the temptation, go and get married. But these are the reasons for you to get divorced, or these are the consequences when you get divorced. So that's where I stand with the whole thing. But I personally, I don't think I would want to get into politics, because sometimes the church and politics, they really don't go together.
Okay, but we see some
All
gospel
right.
artists
So
singing. Yeah.
let me come in, Victor.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. As I as she just said,
Mhm.
this whole politics thing, it comes from you, the artist, personally. That's your decision, to exercise your right as a citizen for any country. It happened even in America when Obama would become, when it was out to, for the presidency. Everybody was choosing their side. That doesn't mean anybody should hate anybody because they choose their side. But as I see artists in general, we are the voice of the voiceless. So the masses look at us. Nobody pay attention to any other political people in this world more than listening to musicians or listening to entertainer. We are the most listening to people. So if you forsake your people, you know, by seeing the wrong thing, and you supporting the wrong thing because you're getting paid by it, you also setting your birth right. You're setting everything. You're setting your own freedom. You're setting your own liberty. You're setting everything. So for me, I think as an artist, and personally, I'm a contractor. So if I'm hired to do a job, I do that job and let that job be. Like I do, political party have hired some of us. David, man, we all being paid, before to do political songs and
Uh,
stuff. But
man,
me
I'm telling
standing
you now.
into the forefront and trying to be that one yelling and doing all the yama thing. That's not my business over there, bro. I do my job and I watch the things that the artists want. They'll say the public need from us is when they need their voices to be heard and they need their messages to be passed on to these people, and these people not listening. We are the one that turn those messages into songs. We turn it into poem. We turn it into jokes. We turn it into comedy. We turn it into movie and whatever, so that those people can pay attention. So I think we should be the one there to advocate for everybody instead of standing there and supporting the wrong side. I'm not talking about what if somebody did it in Liberia. I just say in general, artists supposed to be the one that will stand for the people, because they are we are the one to look up to, and we are the medium between the people and the higher authorities.
Okay. Thank you, Rodney. Rodney.
Rodney saying CD shit.
Rodney, you there?
It's on mute, that's why.
Oh, we can't hear you. You on mute. They come and give it to all good.
Uh,
Rodney, you there? We can't hear
I
you.
know you don't want to talk.
I'm not on mute.
Okay, now
Now
talk.
we can hear you.
Okay, it's your turn. Now
Yeah,
we hear you.
that Vida Jones muted me
Hey,
because I was talking. But anyway, like I was saying, so like somebody said, and I know on the live I can't see the comment, but somebody might say, "Oh, Rodney," because trust me, I will go hard because of Liberia, and that is based on my decision. I just want to say, if you if you don't understand what the artists in Liberia are going through, like we are in America, the quote unquote people that we're trying to save with our gospel music, they do not even support us. So they do not even support us. So what's wrong with me? I'm not saying anybody yet they're coming, but what's wrong with me as a person making my decision, say I want to speak out because I believe if a gospel artist believes something and he speak about it, that's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I go hard because I believe in what is happening now. And most of the gospel artists that, I mean, not gospel artists, but artists that are coming out, they live in the life in Liberia. They're experiencing it. So people might be people, yeah, you become the kingdom. Obviously, if I'm an artist somewhere, of course I would want something. But if they are saying the truth, there's no problem because again, it's democracy. We see it here in America, like somebody mentioned. So my job is to bring the music out as a gospel artist. I bring the music out. It left with everybody like the pastors. There are many pastors who are coming in my inbox. Is it fair for you to tell me, say, "Oh, my son, leave politics," and then you're there, you are broadly speaking about it again, but against the president because you think my voice. As an artist, we have a voice, and if we can use it, not everybody can speak and not everybody can sing. So if you can use it and you believe in what you are speaking about, it help your people. And that's why I believe nobody's supposed to judge you if they're not even paying attention to your music. They're not even supporting your music. They don't even share your stuff. So who are these people for them to make decision? Oh yeah, man. Or what you do in your own personal life. That's what I'm saying. So that question again, it's not anybody business. It's your own personal life and relationship with God.
Okay. All right, Just Prince.
Okay, when it comes to politics, of course, I don't know too much about politics, but the thing is this. Okay, looking at Liberia. Okay, the artists back home. When these artists go do a show, these artists, a lot of them going home, the show will probably generate the highest maybe $1,200 or whatever, $500. That's how much these guys are making on the show. And especially with secular artists, how many shows do you have in a year when it comes to secular artists compared to gospel artists? All right. So somebody look at me one day, yes, you know what? I give you $5,000. Come and do my campaign song. Come help me run campaign. Of course, I will jump on it.
She's such a hooker.
All right. The country high. but but besides that though, we most of the time, like online, I hear people saying gospel the gospel people should stay away from politics. But I always say this thing to people: if you say the gospel people should stay away from politics, so you're turning around and y'all vote people in who are not God fearing, right? Then time come down when they start doing all kinds of things to y'all. Then you turn right, come right back again to the gospel people again. Oh, you can pray for all the people in that Israel in the country. The people giving a hard time with the leader that will put there. So why don't you just vote God fearing people in one time?
Thank you.
It's
Okay.
simple.
Thank you.
But we don't want giving God a hard time.
Jada, next.
Uh, I think it's everyone's right, to voice their opinion on whoever they would like to support. In the Liberian context, it's almost kind of ridiculous with all the recent secular artists with their flyer, for the what did the name of the government say, Rodney? CDC,
CDC.
uh, the CDC government, and you got all the artists,
We got
that
decoded.
yeah, you got all the artists on the flyers and things like that. For me, anecdotally, for me, I mean, I go to Liberia every year, so you know that, Victor. So I'm in
Yeah.
Liberia every year, and I'm also here. So anecdotally, it doesn't have as much weight. I think Dell or somebody was saying, oh, the artists, you got influence and things like that. People know that they're hungry. People know that the artists in Liberia are looking for food to eat. So there's some of them that you will see that they definitely believe in whoever they say they believe in, but it seems, I could be wrong. It seems as if a lot of them right now in this mode are paid. It's not like they coming out from the depths of their heart like, this is what I'm doing, this is who I support. In my opinion, if you are a secular artist, please, by all means, say your opinion about who you're voting for, and who you think people should vote for based on whatever you think they've done for the country. I
So
think
how about
it's
the gospel? Well,
when I
gospel are
think
they
I think
gospel are they honor the president who's singing up? I know but three right now.
yes. So with the gospel artists, I think it gets a little trickier. I mean, they're still citizens, they still have a right to their opinion, but I do think it gets a little trickier because we're held to a higher standard, right? We're held to a different standard. Um, you can voice your opinion without necessarily being the noise maker in a town. You know what I mean? I think the Bible is sort of our measuring stick when it comes to those kinds of things and how we are supposed to conduct ourselves. So, I mean, I have a political view or who I think is better to run Liberia. People that are close to me would know what that is. I'm not going to go out there and start calling the whole, and doing that just because I think it just takes away attention from my ministry and what I'm trying to do. But I don't judge the people who choose to do so.
Okay, good point. All right, David Mel.
Oh yeah. The the wise people say can't get close to where the sun shine. So most of the artists, this is the time of the year that they earn. This is the time of the year they make their money. I was there before. I was in the country and I was part of something like Shadow said. But if you really know me, I don't. I'm not into politics. I really don't do politics. But at the time, then I was one of the hardest artists in the country. I was very hard. So they called me. some lady called me and said, "Hey, we need you on our team." That was Eddie Johnson. She said, "We need you on the team. We really need you. We're gonna do whatever it takes to get you on the team."
David, see your face is covered, so come a little closer. I want to see your face.
Yeah, you got your logo cover my face, your royal family
Once
thing.
you eat the
No,
government money,
just
so
move,
if you
move to the far on the far left or right. Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
I
you
can
had
see
it,
your
say
nose.
count the
so
other side.
you got your royal family thing over my face,
Yeah,
black
because
and
it's
white.
made
They
that
count
way.
the other side.
Count
Count
the
the other
other side.
side.
Once your
Yeah,
face
Once
so
you
I
eat
covered.
the
see how
government
you
money,
inside again.
Yeah, you've been
very
eating that
good.
mouth for a long
Uh-huh.
time.
And come,
You also the
Jackie,
great.
just more. Uh-huh. Once you eat the government
Thank
money,
you.
uh-huh.
Thank you. Now we can see you.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I
You
said
probably
that
put like 30,000.
the wise man says, hang your clothes to where the sun shine. That's why they
Yeah.
say.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to tell you guys, I was in the country. In those days, I was one of the hardest artists. But when it comes to politics, no, count me out. I never, and up to now, I'm not into politics. But I got a call for some lady, and I'm not going to mention the name, and she said, "We need you on our team. We
She
really,
saw.
really need you." So when I went to the campaign headquarters and I asked them why you guys need me, they said, "We need you because you got fan base." You know what I'm trying to say? So when I spoke to my team, they said, "This is the only time we can make the money." And one thing I did was me, Convy Adams, and some other artists. I can't remember the name, like some top artists back. Charlotte, I think you remember. We had a meeting at Riverton Cinema, and we were bargaining for certain things. If we put in the power, what are you gonna do for the music industry? It was not just the music; it was entire entertainment body, the movies, the music, and everybody. So we met with Riverton Cinema. We talked to them. We said, if we run for you, what you gonna do for us? Charlie, remember, right? My brother Red, Charlie know what I'm
I
talking
remember
about.
that we all, even the government are there before that government even got there. That was the same question we posted. So
Yeah.
we
So
always ask when they come up to us.
yeah,
And
and
just
I
answer
remember,
that
I
question,
remember.
anybody ever did anything for you?
So hold on, Jada. So I remember Ellen, through the influence of Ellen Snow, she came to our second meeting and we really talked. We really talked to her. Because I was voicing her that I'm a businessman for everybody. I make clear that I think I have 75% of my fame for the other side. Because that's the people who really love me. And now I'm taking the risk to come on this side. So there should be some backing. We all talk about it. Not because like they got the nerve to the throat, they're like, okay, we're gonna do it, but such thing never happened. And I don't want to be part of anything like that. Like like my colleague said that, the artists struggling back home, they're actually struggling. These people have nothing over there. Forget about the video you see, they don't have anything. So the only choice they have is to do what they're doing. Like I know I got some insight. Some of the artists are working right now with the ministries then. Some artists are working with the National Port Authority. Some of them working the government, just spreading all those places, and that's how they earn their money. So what I'm trying to say, I'm not against anybody who want to voice their right, but as for me, I'm not into such thing. I would not do anything like that. I did it before based on what we had a discussion,
Mhm.
but everybody have the right to do what they want to do, and that's the season to make their money. So I'm not against nobody for doing what they want to do.
Okay.
I just
So now
wish
the floor is
I just
open.
wish sorry.
The floor
I
is
just
open.
wish
We can.
sorry,
Yeah.
I just wish they
Mm-hmm.
can revisit, you know, like the president, I don't know. I think he have passion for music or entertainment. My best thing is that if they can just come together and sit on the table with this government and post some plan before the government and say, look, we like you, we believe in you, but if this thing can be done, I just my own for their own future whatsoever. Yeah, but I'm not against anybody for voting our
Okay.
own thing.
Now the floor is open for any suggestion or question. So,
Oh,
and then we
okay.
can have some. Mhm.
Davis, before you come in, I just wanted to say,
Man, I was
uh,
up before, but
Oh,
this
oh
oh,
is
no.
no. Okay,
Daryl
go ahead, go
first.
ahead.
Yeah.
My bad, my bad.
all right. So I heard everything. Every one of us was saying. I think a lot of people they said. Most of the things that I think a lot of people saying has to do with the artist not getting nothing for themselves throughout the whole year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you're gonna sell your integrity for that, then you don't mean well
Come on,
for your
people.
for your career as an artist. That's what I think. Now, I will be honest. I'm not trying to be political, right? I'll be honest. Like I remember 2016, I used to work with the Liberian Movie Union back home, right? There were a lot of documents we submitted to this government even before they came in power. A lot of paperwork we did, a lot of promises were made, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we ran after those documents like crazy. Nothing happened. And our interest, it was not just about us as actors. It was about the entire country and the younger ones that are coming up with the passion for acting. We wanted to set up a platform that everybody would benefit, not just what we could get from a government official or something. But it didn't work.
And
So
see, and now it's not working. So the children are also.
no, wait, I'm coming. I'm coming. It didn't work. It didn't work, right?
Yeah.
It didn't work. Because it didn't work, now this government, they are coming back to me or to us to say, oh, we want you to support us again. I am not going to support. I am not going to support because I believe in my integrity. Like I believe in what I stand for because it's not just about me. It's about where I see my long term goal. It's about where I see myself in the next 5, 6, 7 years to come. It's not just about somebody giving me $1,000 and I put it in my pocket and eat it and then I'm going
Done.
and then the rest of it now you're making it rich. They don't care about you. We have a lot of things. The tourism sector in Liberia, nothing is being done. Somebody that they've been the culture ambassador for I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
They're not. Nothing is being done. Where we going? Yeah, but that's how it is because everybody's thinking prisons. Nobody coming out to see how it is. And this is the same thing because if we continue to say, oh, our artists they are suffering, they're not getting money. So when campaign time kind of getting small thing, we would keep doing the same thing over and over, over and over. Time will come year in, year out. We have to stand for what we believe in. It's not about the politician, it's about us as
Yeah.
entertainers. It's about what we can develop, what every one of us are gonna benefit from, not what few group of people are just gonna benefit from. So I
So
think we
Victor,
the bottom line to my
uh,
my point is I think we have to speak out and be honest and say how it is what we want as people and not what certain individuals want for themselves.
okay, this
Yeah,
is
real.
let me just say my closing real quick, man, because I gotta go. But with Liberia or our entertainment industry, whether it's gospel driven or Afrobeat or hip hop, whatever, I feel like we just need a system. And the reason why our entertainment industry is because we don't have a system. Um, we seen examples like what a boy named Panto. He came over here what 3 different times or 2 different times and toured, and every single city, almost every single city he went to, it was a success. People came out, showed their support, and that's because a system was in place for him to come here to tour. I think that's a system. We as artists over here, we can formulate a system that would help the people over there to be able to come tour here or tour different parts of the world. And at least with the touring, we know they're gonna get decent money to be able to go back home. Now, for us over here, is a whole different ball game because America is a different setup. Everybody here is working 9 to 5. We're still doing music, but we all working. And it's when you're working and you're not just fully committed to music, it makes things a little harder. But we all have to work to pay bills here. That's how America is set up. So the only way we can thrive the way we want to is we're gonna have to come together again, formulate a system that will work for us to be able to put our music out there and for our people to gravitate towards the music. Not only our people, but the world. You know, if we doing something like Afrobeat, everybody know what Afrobeat is now. You don't have to even oversell it to white people, to black people, black Americans. Everybody know it. So we have to formulate a system that will work, whether it's a touring system for artists to come here or artists that have albums or projects out to tour this place. We're gonna have to put a system together. If we don't do it, we're just all gonna be going around in circles with the same thing over and over and wondering why people not coming to our aid, wondering why we're not selling millions of records, wondering why we have all these problems. So my solution is we're gonna formulate a system.
okay. All right. Everybody got 1 minute to give a closing remark before they leave. And before we leave, next this coming Friday, we're gonna have Jody Clark, Black Dama, uh, I think the ambassador. And if you are only want to come back, you can come back. We're going to have Loki Shanko, everybody coming next week. I mean, this coming Friday. So if you want to come back, hit me up. And this is going to be Friday and Monday every time. So we start from um, David
Yeah,
Mel.
man.
Yeah,
Okay.
the party message before we're coming from down.
Yeah, I want to say thanks for, getting me on the platform to share thoughts with my fellow, brothers and sisters in struggle.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it's a struggle though. It's a struggle. Like, is it D that was talking just now or Maxone, right?
Yeah, Benzani.
You Maxone, you're talking about system, and but I'll be honest with you, dude. You can have this talk show from now to the end of Revelation if the Liberian media, that's the media houses and all the street DJs, if they cannot introduce our music to our community, nothing gonna happen. You can talk from now till Jesus come. It's just gonna be wasting your spit, wasting your energy. Nothing gonna change. The change will come if the media, the entire media, that's the TV, the radios, the DJs, the Christian community, if they start to prioritize Liberian music 100%, you and I will not be sitting here talking we'll not be having this conversation. All we'll be talking about is success, progress, toward money, investment. If it cannot turn around, trust me, bro. I'm not saying something negative, but that's just the truth. We're just wasting our time. So you can bring who here and bring who there. If we cannot attack the media for them to play Liberian music 100%. You go to South Africa, it's 100%. Nigeria, 100%. Ghana, you already know Ghana is 100%. Everywhere is 100%. If we cannot introduce Liberian music to our people, to let them hear it, everything we're talking about and everything we talk about is for nothing, bro.
To respectfully
All right, thank you so much, David.
interrupt, when I say system, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I
I'm
know, I know. That's why I said it.
system in a
Well,
sense just talking. I'm talking
well,
about in place for from media, touring, and all marketing, promotions, and all of that.
Okay.
so, so,
Next person is
so,
Randy.
yeah. Let me come in because for me this is so confusing now because it's like we are discussing what could we do now instead of is it okay that artists could be into politics in their nation. So there are so many things. So I think that could be for another time that we discuss what can we do, which of course we're not going to get there like David Mill said. We're not because how many times we have discussed this. But my thing is, I just want to say that the whole conversation of why can we, is it okay for us to speak about politics in our country, we all defer it straight to the Liberian, the people, the artists in Liberia. And which is not fair because a lot of them, you don't understand their story. You don't know why they are going through it. So my thing is, if I think we should have discussed, okay, is it okay for you and it's individual, like everybody explained, but for us to just twist it straight to the artists in like, bro, why they are doing it, that's not fair to them because they are not on you. And we're supposed to be discussing about if it is okay in
Well,
general.
Randy,
Yeah.
you are doing the same
Mhm.
thing in America here, and people getting mad with you too. You're an artist, and you preach for who you like. So
No, 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 no,
it was a
no, no, no.
general. Um,
Victor, I said
mhm.
the general question that you brought up was, is it okay for our artists to be into
Yeah, yeah,
politics?
yeah. That's true.
So my thing is, we going from that now. Are we discussing what can we do?
No, no, it'll be another topic.
We are
Yeah, that's
closing.
what I'm saying.
We're on our doing our closing right now. That's why.
They are closing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I just want to say, let me just close on this. I want to say until we start to love, truly love ourselves, and then our fellow Liberians,
Hmm.
forget about anything about what a DJ play. Everybody, the one thing we need to do is find a way we can love our own and ourselves first.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Stations, you have departing message.
For me, I just pray. It doesn't matter if you gospel the entertainment in Liberia. I pray that we all can come together because we have what it takes
Mm-hmm.
to get all our dreams and everything that we want to happen. We can get it done if we stand together and support each other. It doesn't matter if you into movies, if you into music, if you into whatever it is that you in. I just pray that a day will come that we Liberians will be where we're supposed to be, and that's all. And I pray that we start doing or making the change in the world that we want to see by just encouraging, like the brother said, bring people that let them tour. Bring when you see which is a whole big topic when it comes to extending ourselves on social media and how we support each other. I hope we can do more. You know, if you see somebody's having a flyer, somebody having a program, it doesn't matter. Just help to share the flyer or go out there and like it, just say something, and just let's just support each other. That's all it is.
Okay. All right. Morgan is at work. So Morgan, after that, then will be Jada, then Prince, then we'll go D Curtis. I think so far, and somebody up there. So Morgan, go real quick.
Oh, Shadow.
Yeah, Shadow.
All right. My parting comment to everybody, even us, on this live is the segregation. We should find a way to fix that. That even come in from our industry, the
Mm-hmm.
gospel and the secular. Everybody trying to split this industry.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Ghana for 11 years. There was no segregation between the industry, who gospel artists or not. When there's a music award, it's shared with everybody in every category. That's one thing. There was no gospel music award by itself. There was no secular music award. Music award is music award. God can work miracle in everywhere, whether in the church, whether outside the church. There shouldn't be any segregation when it comes to that. That's what I think personally. Apart from that, when it comes to loving our own music, I think Liberian people already love their music. Trust me. When new songs come out, I can see all the little children playing it on their live, people on their party and all of the kind of stuff. But the thing is, there should be more to that. And the people we depend on to do those things for us is our DJs. We're not blaming the DJ that Liberian music not going big, but we want the DJ to put in more effort because even a Nigerian DJ wrote on his wall the last time. He said, "Hey, we don't play Liberian music because Liberian music is not our culture."
Yeah.
Who gonna blame him for that? The next thing he
Period.
said, if Liberian want their music to blow, Liberian should tell their DJs to play that music. Who gonna make the people hear the music? It's our DJs. It's our promoter, people who promote the music. But instead of when you promoting music, you get somebody music from different country playing behind Liberian event promotion. Have you ever heard Nigerian Ghanaian promoting their event and using other country music? No, they never do that. They use their own. It's very important to be nationalistic for your country good. Apart from that, we are all African, but when it comes to African one, we should love each other internationally. But when it comes to your country, love your own thing, because if you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. People will always look down on you. That's how people, Nigerian artists, most of the time say, "Well, we are Liberian artists. We don't even know their music." And they know, most of them know that we do way better than some
Wow,
of them
yes.
when it comes to some of the art. They know it for that fact. And for the artists back home, I would just say some of the reason why most of the artists from back home, when they come over here, they don't take money back home with them. Some of them come, they get something. Nobody said they will not get nothing. But in order for your craft to go bigger, when you enter this place here, you're not too big. You're not bigger than nobody in America. America got billionaires, they got millionaires, so nobody here can bluff nobody. Don't come here and come bluffing the other artists you see here. When you enter this place, pick up phone, the state you're in, call the artists that there that you able to get in hold of them. You can get a hold of them. Say, hey, David, my man in your city, oh, bro, what's up? What a way true. We will show you the way true. Nobody said they hate you. We all happy that our industry are going this far that we have started crossing the ocean. We were the first group that crossed this place here, and the next group we were happy. We're always happy for everybody. So when you cross the ocean, call your brothers. We will open arm for you and we will show you the way through. The places that you're supposed to go that you're not going to make money, we'll tell you you're not going to make money over there, bro. And everybody here got their own thing. We might not be, making the popping music right now, but we've been there before, so everybody have their own thing. So when we step in your building, definitely our people will follow, and that's how you're going to make money. So come here, open your arm. No matter where in the world you go, you're not bigger than nobody. Open your arm. That's my party
Okay.
statement. Thank you.
Thank you, Jada.
Uh, so I just want to appreciate everyone. I think this is my first time meeting some of the gentlemen on the panel tonight, so it's nice to see you all. I'll go and look for all of your stuff. So so I can. What are you laughing for?
No, go ahead, man.
No, I don't know if people, but I don't know anybody. So it's
That's
nice.
from a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet you all at some point in person. But no, seriously though, I think it's an important conversation to have about Liberia and moving Liberia forward. You know, you were joking initially, Victor, when you said we ain't costing nobody mind here tonight.
Hmm.
It's actually no, yeah, you were joking, but it's something that's serious and something that's been on my mind a lot because Liberia is does not lack in talent. Liberia is not lacking in gifting at all. Liberia, Liberians in Liberia, Liberians throughout the diaspora, we are an extremely, extremely talented people. When not music, when not sports, when not comedy, food, literature, everything. The issues that we have as Liberians is that, we touched on it. The divisiveness within our country is really toxic, and also I think the exposure. A lot of these talented people, they just don't have an industry that can propel them anywhere.
Hmm.
You know, when you're doing a booking here and there, you made 11, $1,200. That's not an industry. That's not real money to support, an industry, right? So I think that what we these kind of conversations we're having, I don't know, I keep hearing something like yelling or something in the background. But
Yeah, yeah, okay.
do you hear anything, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, um, you know, I think that we continue to have these kind of conversations, and we as artists and creatives also we understand that we need to raise the standard of our music, of our artistry. There are, I can only speak to people that I know on here, but like David Mel, Just Prince, Stacia Rose. I mean, these guys, Rodney too. The music, the level of the quality that people are putting out now is different. When you hear the mix, it's different. You know what I mean? It's good to your ear. We can't just put any kind of thing out and say, "Oh, y'all don't support." We're not going. I will not support that. If it's not done well and you're not trying to do well, you're not making an effort, I promise you I will not support you. Even if you were blowing my mind, yeah. Because it's disrespectful to Liberians. It's disrespectful to the artistry to just chunk any kind of thing together and say, oh, y'all got to support it because we're Liberian. That's not what we're saying here. What we're saying here is collectively, we are an amazingly talented group of people and we need to be interested in what we are doing. Liberians need to be interested in what we are doing. David Mel, with that the song that he had within the Liberian, I consider myself an artist who is Liberian. I'm not doing Liberian music for Liberians necessarily. I'm doing it for anyone who loves music. You know what I mean? But for example, I'm pulling out David because David had a song that was like a song. The song is still popping. I listen to it. My friends who are not Liberians listen to it, and we love it. David should not be in a situation where he gotta be, you gotta be giving him $500 to come here or there. David should be on TV shows. David should be all over the place. David should have some what do you call it? Name sponsorship because he has a song and music
Hit.
that has transcended. But that what I'm saying is again the same thing is because we don't have an industry to support these types of giftings. So at the end of the day, let's be interested in what we're doing. If you see somebody doing well, support them in whichever way you can. If it's sharing it, if it's sharing their music, if it's calling them and sending them a DM, do that. If you're able to invest, invest. By the grace of God, if we continue to do these little tricklings, we will move the needle. It may not happen in one day time, but the needle will be moved. So God bless all of you guys. We pray for Liberia, for everything to go well in the next, the next coming week with regard to the election. And we will continue to wave the banner and continue to put out excellent products. So you can catch me on jadamason.com. And if you don't know me, you can go and listen to some of my stuff there. God bless.
Good music.
Okay, we got Prince departing message, and before Prince come on, people watching, they say David face is covered, but next
Because you got
time,
your Royal TV logo on top of my face.
yeah. So next, but David said you must sit down on the floor so they can see you anyway. Find a lower bench. Next time I'll remove the logo, but now if I play with anything, we'll go blank. So I don't want to mess anything, and they say men's party show. So okay, just Prince, go ahead. Next time it will not be on.
All right. In short, if you are an artist and you go to studio and you record a hit song, a beautiful song. All right. I think like I always say this thing, you don't see McDonald's doing Burger King commercial. All right. So you have to love your song and you have to promote your song. You know, we're now in times where we have uh, a lot of artists aren't getting signed to record companies like before. So we're basically doing everything ourselves. And one thing I always see is I will see some artists going live and they got other people music playing in the background on their live. Okay. If you drive everywhere in America, you always see that the red and yellow sign, McDonald's. So and even when you by yourself, as soon as you see red and yellow, boom, the first thing that comes to your mind is McDonald's.
You want to eat?
Yeah, you see. So it's something that you have to do with your songs, with your project. You got to keep playing it over and over and over to people everywhere you go, all on your live. Play your song. If you don't promote yourself, nobody else will promote you too. You gotta love your project, or else you'll be sitting home with either boxes of CDs or whatever. Okay, so that's just my advice for artists tonight. My other comment that I have concerning the industry, I think I'm going to keep it for next week. All right, because there's some Brown Brothers. What I have to say is something very, very important, and that is also concerning the Liberian government and our Liberian artists. Thank you.
Okay, and I think we should keep the group for every Monday. What you think?
Sure.
It depends, Peter. It depends if you want to come out.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
Monday, they kind of time 11 o'clock is past my bedtime.
Yeah, 11, yeah, almost 11. I will close it now. Okay. Credits, 1 minute.
I can't.
Oh, she living way Arizona town.
Well, so everybody finish talking and you want to give me 1 minute.
Then before, yeah, let's go.
Le put small like red screen.
That's so funny.
That is so that we promoting the one go global. Le put small like red screen.
Yeah, take that. That's so funny.
No, but on a serious note,
Uh-huh.
I know we say it will not happen, it will not happen, it will not happen. God first, Liberian people second, it can happen. The change that you want to see, that it begin with you. When I came in the industry, I started doing my comedy. I was not making point. The person that was making money now, Phil Nelson. I
Yes.
went to Phil Nelson and asked her, I said, my girl, how you getting money? And her money was not coming from in the Liberian community. She learned some stuff about social media and she started making money. My content was geared straight to Liberian people, and because of that, because there's no money in the community, I was not making money. So I said, okay, send the people learn my funniness. What can I do to make money? Now how can I attach this MC thing to it? And I'm making money out of it. Go first, Liberian people second. I don't have a manager, but I have managerial experience in my professional career. I use that to be able to generate my money. So get yourself a manager if you don't know how to do it yourself. Go, do not compromise. Set the standard. Liberian people all talking here, corruption, this. When it really comes down to it, our people do not like structure, and I'm speaking from experience. Every time they come and they try to have a booking with me, I send it to my booking agent, no problem. On the line of politics, what I want these people to take, it's not about any specific political party, it's not about the current government. Look at it this way: if you are the reason why they're coming to you is because you have following. Number one, they need you for that few weeks or that few months to run the rally. They gave you $10,000. Let's say that they gave you or 30,000 or 50. Let's say out of that $50,000, once you get them elected, they are there for what? Bare minimum 6 years. Do you know how much money they will be making? Whereas you are taking now $100. I'm just being the devil advocate. You are taking $100 to put them there to make thousands or billions of dollars. Whereas you can use your influence to make sure you support something that will get the rest of the citizens that you call fans that like your music to be able to make money for themselves, for them to be able to buy your music anytime you release music and come to your concert anytime you have a concert. That's how you need to think. It's not about give me the fish now, let me eat, and then that's it. If you have that mindset, whoever it is that you're supporting or you believe in, I think we'll have a better future. The American government entertainment, 6.9% GDP contribution from entertainment to the GDP. Nigeria, 2 point something. Before I came here, I went and Google how much Liberia giving. Data. Data not my voice, the core, I'm feeling too old. So nothing on there. When you Google it, matter of fact, the thing what you see is from Front Page Africa with Love We Are Project suggesting for the Liberian government to invest money. When you Google, our neighboring country, and then when you Google, you see what entertainment is contributing. Entertainers, we can contribute to the economy too. We can only do that if we change our mindset and now go for the small money that we're getting right now.
I'll reserve my comment because what you just spoke on, there's something behind it about reserving for the next show.
Yeah, next Monday.
Way bigger than that.
Okay.
Okay, David got 1 minute and Miss Sonny got 1 minute. We'll be closing.
Yeah, so nice meeting every one of you here tonight. I know somebody was saying my series.
That's smart, yeah.
But it's all right. So yeah, nice to meet some of you people here tonight. And I feel like there are a lot of things we have to do to put this industry forward. Especially we Liberian entertainers. You know, like D. Curtis was saying, we complain every day to put on streaming our music. It's true, because if somebody woke up in the morning in a country that very hard to Liberia, the first thing they want to do is to find food to eat. You go and buy data and put it in that phone. Nobody gonna buy data to put in that phone to go watch YouTube. The person looking for food to eat. So if we can't support what is right, so our citizens can benefit, and then we as entertainers can be able to benefit, we'll just be doing it to ourselves, you know. So it's something we just have to keep talking about. It's not just that we just have to continue talking about it, and hopefully those who understand what is right, they can be able to listen, you know. So thanks for having me here. Nice to meet some of you people. I will have to follow some of you to listen to your music and probably share it too. So yeah, I like music. Even that in the movie, Papa, I like music too.
Okay.
I used to be a big fan of David Mel. And I stay here fan anyway. So yeah.
All right, Miss Zana, you're the last guy.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Victor, for having me on this platform, and thanks to everyone for giving me the listening ear. I appreciate that. When it comes to the whole Liberian industry or music industry, entertainment industry, would like to see improvement and change. The reason I state that system because when you have a system, you have everybody from managers to marketing directors to
Yeah,
program director, the music director, which is the radio people, the DJs,
yeah,
to
yeah,
all everybody involved. That's what a system is about. It's not
yeah,
just because I said the word system. I was really trying to say we have to put in place of individuals who are professional in their areas to
yeah,
help move the culture or move the industry forward. And I've tried it on my own with examples of what I've done. I've worn the management hat. I decided 2 years I'm not even going to focus on myself as an artist. I'll do it as a manager. I've done that. I've decided, like, I started in 2018 with some DJs back home. I worked with I would say more than 20 radio stations back home, did interviews with a lot of them, kept most of the DJs on payroll, had people in Liberia checking and listening to make sure those guys was playing my music. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't.
Total
But
scandal.
I was doing all those things to try to see if I could set up a system. But it cannot be a one person thing. It has to
yeah.
be a group of individuals coming together to work together. So to make things short, I just wish we could all decide one day, okay, even if it's a few individuals, let's a system so these artists could come on the side and tour so we could go to Africa and tour in different parts of the world and feed our fans off of the passion and the music that we all love. So thank you so much again, Victor.
Okay, I want to say thanks to everybody that came on tonight. We'll be here Monday and Friday each week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be 2 hour show, actually. So if we reach 1 hour and 30 minutes, you want to give it, Jackie, a paper, press the button, you be gone. So I really appreciate you guys for coming to my calls. And people keep asking the question, do you have Liberian in music industry or entertainment industry? We need to answer that question, or can we create one big one so we can have one now? So when we come back next Monday, we'll have a different topic. If you have something really that's important that we discuss, don't relent to send it to me. Say, Victor, this is important. Can we discuss this? So I think it's a good thing that we started, and the more we do it, the more it get better, and we'll teach people how to write their contract to send to people that want to hire them. People sleeping in people's basement, people sleeping in people's living room. You get to the party, they don't pay you. Yeah, you told the minister they don't pay you. Yeah, all that thing. We got to start embracing them and teach people how to do their contract and so forth. Somebody want to say something?
Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Um, as much as we talk again, since people are watching us, I just want to encourage Liberians to, as we go to the election, to be peaceful. And so whosoever comes out, they remain the president or whosoever representative or senator, like keep the peace because we need Liberia to be peaceful. We know what we've been through. So yeah, I just want to also in collaboration with everybody, I wanted to speak about that. Yeah.
And the bad thing that happened with the promoters. All you got copyright on your son. We get promoted as we Facebook come for all. How will money with you now?
And I'm also looking for a manager. So anybody who's
Well,
ready.
Victor, you know better than that with copyright. People have to copyright the music. How you think people are going to
No, I
stream
said
the
about
music? How
it,
you
but when we
think
play the people come for us.
Miss Jada,
people
you hear
people
me?
need
Oh?
to get paid?
I must set up
Announce
my
your
own
right that you
music.
don't have
Facebook can
right
come
to
for me and
music.
say
Yeah, your own
copyright on
that
my
we
own
say
music.
you play it come for you. Even say it
Yeah,
belongs to me.
they
It
own
come for
they
you.
own me too.
No, just do a disclaimer. But it's like
Who say people
artists need
listen
to
to that
get
thing?
paid for the music being streamed.
They
Like,
And
don't they don't they don't listen to that thing. They don't read that thing said. So
Victor,
And
maybe
I
we
read
talk.
Facebook plenty of times say I own all right to my music. They still say copyright, so I don't know what you're talking about.
My own song
Victor,
glorious line. When I play it, they come for me.
but that's
Victor,
that's bad
Yes.
when you don't copyright your
I
music.
will,
Anybody can take your music. Are you kidding me?
I will want to suggest,
Hey
I mean,
man,
you guys
hey man,
can.
I tell man they won't see your feel. Sorry, Papa, calm down. Come on,
It's
let's
not
see
my
your face.
fault. It's not my fault. You got
No, I'll
your.
fix it next time.
All right, okay. So I would want to suggest something. I
Okay,
mean,
I
you
say
guys
that's small
can.
on the flat now.
I can't break my neck, my man.
I'll fix
you
it
know.
better for next
But
Friday. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I want to suggest something. I want to believe, I'm a spiritual person. I want to believe that the time for change has come. And
Amen.
the Bible said we should not overlook our little beginning. You can never tell what God's want to do through this platform. This
Mm-hmm.
could be the form of change. But I want to suggest
Mm-hmm.
if we can focus on the way forward, I mean, about the change, it should be about change.
Yeah.
What is the change? Like Mazzoni says something about system.
Mm-hmm.
We all live in different countries. If we come to the US, like, I've been to a lot of countries. All I saw in all this country is a system they put in place.
Mm-hmm.
2013, I said it the last time, I'll repeat myself. You can do your research. 2013 in Johannesburg, the South African Music Association came out and banned all foreign music from the radio station and TV station. And check that time up to now, what happened? So African music was able to take over. They are successful in what they're doing. The same thing in Nigeria. So what I'm saying is that if we can focus on the change, and I know the change is controlling the media. If we can focus on the media, bro, I'm telling you, we won't be having this kind of conversation. I'm telling you, I'm serious about it.
It makes sense.
We'll not be having a conversation because the reason why 2 months ago you were not booked, I was in book, this man was in book because the people don't know our music. Our music's not in the ears. The music have to be in the ears for them to, because they have to be in demand for them to start booking us for shows.
Mm-hmm.
The only people that book is the people music here, and who supply the music is the media. I went to a
Amen.
family house. I went to a family house, and the little kids were born here. They singing Nigerian song in the Nigerian language, and their parents were Liberian. And I started to ask
Eh,
them, on a serious note. So this kid's going to grow up loving Nigerian music instead of their own music. So if we can focus on the change, which is the media, I'm telling you, just bring live in Ghana. You know what I'm talking about. Sheila, somebody live in different country. That's how it works.
I'm sorry, we gotta go. But you said they instead of their own music, what is categorized as Liberian music? Is it a is there a because Nigerian people, they got Afro beats, they got, when you hear Igbo music, you know it. When you hear Yoruba music, you know it. When you hear Afro beats, you know it. Ghanaian, the same thing. Is there
Uh-huh.
something? I mean, this is a genuine question that I have as it relates to Liberian music, because there are Liberian artists that have broken out, Jazino and some other people in other industries. But what do we categorize or quote as Liberian music?
Let
Liberian
me
music.
step in.
It's much more like wrestling. Yeah, like wrestling.
Let me step in. When it said what I understand and from what you just said is Liberian music is music done by Liberians. Number
No.
one. Number no,
no, I think you're talking about like a
let me just
particular
step in.
sound.
I'm making some facts.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Liberian music is music done by Liberian. Number two, it's it's still Afrobeat no matter what it is, because Afrobeat is a genre of music that came from
Yeah.
everybody. It's not only
Absolutely.
Nigeria. Nigeria made it more famous because Nigerian were the one that were pushing themselves.
Yeah.
Nigeria kept spending money behind their career, started doing a lot. But we've been playing that same kind of beat. Just as a producer, we've been
Okay.
making those beats
Okay.
long ago,
Okay.
long
Let's ask
before
Just
even
Prince.
they started. They were mostly following our highlight form of music there in Ghana. But at the end of the day, Nigeria went to Africa, decided taking Ivorian kind of sound and Congolese sound. Later on, they came back and combined the hip hop, combined the Afro, all the different things and put it together. It all came up to what we have. So all African got Afrobeat. The only
Yeah.
difference is there is what we
The
sing
people who
on the
sing it.
beat make Liberian music, it make the difference. Not
Yeah.
because you sing it colloquial or you sing it
No.
standard English. That's what I think Liberian music is.
Okay, Jasmine, what you got to say before we close on our team?
I mean, Shannon Ben just touched on exactly everything I was about to say. Yeah.
So I
Okay.
hope you answer. I hope they answer your question, Jada.
She not understand yet.
Let me
Because
answer. Let me
they
ask.
got Nigerian
That
blood.
my
No,
question.
no,
They
he
got
That my
Nigerian
answered.
blood in
question.
her.
No, he answered the question. Thank you, Shadow Man. He answered the question because I think that's one of our issues is that Liberians, generally speaking, Shadow Man just explained something about sort of the musicality of it with respect to Afro beats, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think you those people that we're talking about, they lead with their nationality or their culture. They lead with that. That's the thing. They're going, when you see that, you know that's what they're coming with, right?
Hmm.
Those people who then who are dominating the African scene now, as far as West Africa is concerned. So that I have a genuine question about it, because when I hear things that are to me distinguishable as Liberian music, you know, my cousin know where I'm going. When I hear things that are distinguishable as, oh, this is a Liberian music or something like that, for the most part, it's not something that's exportable right now. Not just for not just because of the subject matter, but just the quality. You got these guys, Panto, Jazino, but Jazino I don't even consider him because he out of Liberia. But who else? That are Panto, Jesse, Easy Ride. Some of those guys are doing stuff, but
Teddy
it's not.
Rod.
Yeah, Teddy Ride. They're doing good. I mean, they're doing music, but is it really exportable outside of Liberia? But I mean, Shadow, you answered my question with regard to what is Liberian music. So if
Mhm.
Liberian music is not distinguishable from any other, West African music, then that's a problem. Because
When
when you go,
Jada when yeah, Hopo Jordan also.
Let me let me
They
say
don't
that's
something.
buy.
what you talk about. That's what you want to do.
They
Can I
don't. They don't move for that.
What
That's what so
can
I'm not gonna wait for
Like
him.
like
So
when
But
you say
that's
that,
okay. Check that.
Jacob?
That style of music is classified as Afro music.
thank you.
Forget about the colloquial hip hop, but it's Afro beat.
Thank
So
you.
Okay.
Afrobeat is not limited to any country. It's an African style of music. So it depends who sing it. The people from Ghana sing Afrobeat. As long as you're Ghanaian singing, that's Ghanaian music. But Afrobeat is just a blank check. You just put your numbers on it. That's just it.
Winner.
So Afrobeat is
but
not limited to Nigeria. Nigerians are not the one who started Afrobeat.
I didn't even. I'm not saying that they
Yeah,
started Afrobeat. I'm
yeah.
just saying. So your qualification, your criteria is as long as it's a Liberian singing the music or performing the music. That means it's a Liberian music. Is what you're
Yes.
saying.
It's
Jacob,
like gospel music.
can,
Gospel music
Yes, it's
is
just
a
like
genre.
gospel.
let me
It's just like
It's a
gospel
genre. You sing
music.
gospel music,
let
right?
me
You sing gospel music, and what Mercy from Nigeria sing gospel music. The difference between the both of you, she's a Liberian and she's a Nigerian, but
You
they
Jada,
sing
see that?
gospel music.
Jada.
And then
That's
I
accurate.
see some. They remember, I see some people putting Bema and like Winston Jackson and
Yeah,
Scuba
there's
Wizzy.
people coming
I
sing
see
and
you
sing.
say Bema, you saying Bema, hip code, trap code. They all circulating on the Afrobeat.
Let
Afro,
me
it's
So
Afro
it just
music.
depends the style in which you sing it. It's still the same thing, no matter what you do with it.
I need to say something, Jada. So there are two things with Liberian music. So most people, when they say Liberian music, they look at Liberian artists. The artists could be doing hip hop. That's not necessarily Liberian music because it's not representing the culture. We're looking at the culture. The culture. Have you ever seen the from 2017 up to this year? I've been doing the top 100 Liberian music videos using my own money and publishing in the American media for people to know what Liberian music is. Most of the songs or music videos in those represent Liberian culture. We're talking about talking about food that we ate. We're talking about different things like that. That's Liberian music. Even though some of them might be Bama beat, some of them might be Afro beat, some of them might be hip hop. But as long as you represent Liberian culture, that's Liberian music. So yeah.
lo pute this much more let's we
That's not gonna be so. It's crazy.
We
So
also do not.
we not going home. All the chicken go to bed, but we not going home.
But
I was so not expecting the cross.
although I personally, Shadow, I think, quote, the type of music that I write and sing is considered gospel music because it propagates the Lord Jesus Christ, but it's not comparable, or it's not the same as grandma music or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know all the terminology. It's a genre within a genre. You would really consider, I
You're
understand,
kidding.
you would consider what I'm doing. Maybe you consider even Stacia, before she started doing, the Lady of Africa stuff. we have a similar. It's really contemporary Christian music.
Mhm.
If you wanna do it that way. And so if I'm singing contemporary Christian music, that's not Liberian music.
Cause
I'm
they will not see your son at Liberian music.
I
Cause
That's
think I think
eh?
but
they will
Sonic,
not see your son at Liberian music.
Or they
Yeah,
let
but
will
me
the
not.
let me
only thing different.
just Prince. This question is to you
Okay.
because
I just want to
one
ask
yeah,
though,
I
why
was
Yeah,
just the
if
last
Development
they
want
have
question.
to
the
say something.
contemporary music, they
Mhm.
feel that it's not Liberian music? That's my
They will
problem.
not. They will not. They
Why?
will. The matter of fact, even Jezino, what a Jezino saw right now, we're passing around. They say, "Na na Liberian song."
That's
It's an
not
Afro
right.
music.
It's not right because
listen,
Liberia, we've been singing "What a Friend We Have in Jesus." We've been singing "Amazing Grace." Liberia is a very vast country. I mean,
Um,
we got so many
That's
groups in
Me,
there.
that was what
Just
I'm.
Prince.
That's
I want
what
to
I'm.
ask Just
Why?
Prince. I want to ask Just Prince this question. Just Prince. You heard this flavor song, the conqueror, the lion, something. The
yep,
something is here.
yep.
That style of beat. That
But
goes to you. That goes to you and Charlotte because both of you are music producer.
my
That style
music,
of beat, that famous
That Bama
favor.
beat, we call it, when we
How
sing
you
on it, we
call
call
that
it
beat?
Bama.
And
but
that's
my
a
beat,
typical Liberian style beat, right?
that's
Yeah.
Bama,
Yeah, when we sing,
So
just
it's
Prince, when we
African
sing on it,
music.
and that
It's
Bama.
just
that's
it's
Bama.
African music.
Yeah,
Jada,
so
it's
yeah,
African music. It doesn't matter
the
who sing it.
it's just
No, listen to me.
Afro beat
Listen,
in different
if it
style.
if
That's
it
all.
didn't matter,
Hmm.
we wouldn't be talking about a Liberian industry. It does matter
Hmm.
because those people that you're talking about, they're not gonna. When they're playing the emperor, the lion, the champion is here. They're
It's
not
style. It's
calling
style.
it.
That style of music, the
I
rhythm.
understand that, but
Yeah,
you said it doesn't matter. It does matter. If it didn't matter, the economy, the industry that they have will be seeing some of that money in our country. We're not because we don't have a distinguishable style. We yet talking about that is seen West African music that is seen beat. It may very well be, but we need to bring forth whatever the Liberian culture is. That's what needs to be. That's what we need to lead with. If you look at every sort of period in history, you look at America, you look at the African Americans within this country, they were the smallest percentage group, but their music and their culture went out and it was exported, right? So,
Yeah,
what
you
will we say
So we don't
as
have culture
Liberian?
then.
you're right. You're right. But one thing I would tell you that the how to differentiate Liberian is our accent. Number one is our accent. Number two, our language and our delivery. So
Okolowa.
that would distinguish us, and be able to set us apart from other industry. So the way we sing, our delivery on the beat is quite different from any other country. Nigerians the same.
You
but
see,
the rhythm,
like
there are
Liberia just got
similarities in the
different kind of
rhythm.
music.
like Besone said, it's the culture.
That's what I'm trying to get.
The
That's what I'm trying to
culture, the
get at.
culture, the culture.
Yeah,
In
that's
our
what I'm trying
Liberian
to get at.
community,
I'm
in our
sorry.
Liberian community right now,
That's
right?
what I'm
If you
trying to
sing,
get at. You have reggae. Sorry, you have when you hear reggae, you know that's Jamaican. They can
Jamaicans,
they can come and sing reggae in Liberia too or wherever, but you know it originated in Jamaica.
Jamaica.
If you hear music from Trinidad, you know you will hear that tin that iron, what they call it,
The
the steel
suku, the
drum.
suku, the
You
The
will
suku.
hear
reason
that.
why, Jada, the reason why is Liberia was founded by ex-slave as well. So they have the indigenous people, and then they have the Congo people. So Liberia is a mixture. It's like a melting pot. It's different. They got people in Liberia who don't speak any language.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
they
talking
was
about
sing.
language, Statius. I'm talking about culture.
Oh,
Culture
okay,
is what is driving all these things. The reason why, in my opinion, then if let's we talking about West Africa,
Yeah.
but somebody said something about South Africa as well. The reason why Nigeria is popping now, they started off with their Nollywood movies. With their Nollywood, I mean, and they started out terribly, very very bad movies. And we unfortunately had conflict in our country, but culture is what drives people to you.
Yeah.
Culture is what is attracting people to you. That's what I'm trying to get
I
at.
don't
I'm
think
not
I don't
saying
think
you don't
Liberia
need
is
Uh,
that way.
You're right, Jada. You're right. The only thing that affecting us right now, we want to follow the trend. We have a
thank
nice
you.
culture. We have so much talent. We got so much culture. We are so diverse, but we're only looking at the trend. So because we're looking at the trend, even our marriages these days, we all dressing like Nigerian people, they're dressing like Ghanaian people, wearing their clothes. So like we literally lost in our culture because of trend. Everybody looking at the trend. So you're right. So I think we should more look at our tradition, like Bernie Motoba always talking Shadow, why you not singing better, singing this one, singing that one. You know what I mean? It's very important, and also I think that's a good point, David, that she giving, that we should look at
Yeah.
our culture more too and try to
And
market it.
in Liberia, we have three styles of music, three genres of music. All
Yeah,
right.
you always say this.
One,
It's true.
one we have our Burma music. All right. Two is high life, and that's the high
Yeah.
life music. The people from the seaside, the coastal side.
Yeah.
All right. The third genre of music that influenced our country too, and that was the style of music. A lot of our older artists, our legends were doing too, was soca music. All right.
Mhm.
Our people did a lot of soca too, and that was also because our culture is also influenced from the island area too. All right. So
Yeah.
those are the three styles
It will
of
be
music.
hard. It will be hard for Liberians to really.
You know, the
Sure.
Tikba Nimble, and they were doing soca music and all.
Yeah.
But I think Liberia I think Liberia we are lost. We don't have a culture.
How you
We
say
just
that,
all over the
We
place.
got culture.
Where the culture
man?
come from?
We got culture. But the
Where
problem,
where the culture at?
the problem,
Victor, we
like
just don't.
Shadow
Victor,
mentioned,
we just don't appreciate. Look,
we
Victor,
try to
we
follow
don't
trend.
appreciate what we have. That I think that's just the problem. Look at
Yes.
Kolokwa. Kolokwa is very unique, bro. Like when when I was in South Africa, me and my friend, his name is Thomas. We used to speak it, and our friends like, "What is that?" They love it. We want to learn this thing, and they were forcing themselves to learn it. It's a unique stuff. Kolokwa saved me before.
But we don't get time for it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's you.
But we
That's what
need
I'm saying
to.
because we don't pay attention.
We need to. That's
Look at
listen.
our food. Look
We
at our
got
food.
exactly. That was
Look
my
at
point, David.
look
When
at our
we,
food,
I
bro.
got
Like
kicked off.
a Nigerian man marry a Liberian girl just because of Tawagi, he never tastes a well seasoned food before. It is true. So
They get go one set of meat, chicken and chicken.
yeah,
What other meat?
we no brother, we have a very unique culture. We have a
Yes.
unique
Wait,
Aben
cause,
Ausa,
cause
Aben
that you
Ausa.
the one you talking about, so
Like okay,
He know my
listen.
business. He know my business because I
D
been
Curry,
there.
you're a comedian, right? We standing the Cameroon border, right? Cameroon border. So I have my bag on my back, talking to some guys. So my friend saw them coming to, sweep me and take my bag. The man said, my man, call your paper, that kind of way. And I already knew because we couldn't speak better
Oh,
or
wait, baby,
Basel.
which me to give it?
Then I
Yeah,
ran away.
God.
So, I mean, this is unique. I'm telling you, bro.
I'm very
We
quiet,
got we
baby.
got something. I'm
One
just
more, one
trying to
more.
add
Yes.
it to it. We're
Yeah,
very unique people. We have a
Yes.
culture,
one
Victor. Don't
Liberian.
say that. We
So
do.
in
Yes.
other words, for sure, when Minister Jada and Sister Station in studio now, they got me putting Kolokwa in the song.
Thank you.
No.
Period. This is
At least some of the dollar said, let them put some dollar
No.
inside. Even you want to put
thank
a
you.
Koroko, put a dollar there.
You
No.
don't have
Thank
to
Listen
do
to
you.
the
me.
whole line,
Listen to
Jayla. You
me.
don't have to do
No.
the whole
culture,
Listen to
line.
culture
me.
is not just limited to the
No.
language though, or the
Exactly. I
dollars.
represent Liberia in other ways. I
And
don't
you see,
have to.
don't change your thing,
You
oh.
don't mind me.
I would say
Well,
my papi shoe.
I don't have to speak colloquial on, in music because that's not my style. That's why I said it before. And there's nothing wrong with with not singing Liberian music. There's nothing wrong with it. It can be for Liberian people and for anybody. But what I was trying to get at is what we just said just now. Liberians, we are a unique group of people. We are a mixture of, different, influences and things like that. But we need, in order to win, you must be authentic to yourself. You got to tap into it. And,
Sure.
and it doesn't mean that it should be unrefined. It should still be polished. It should be us and the way and who we are at the core. When D. Curtis be doing his comedy stuff and his MC, he talks about Liberia and Liberia experiences. That's what makes us us. We will always be a watered down version of something else. We cannot be singing. We cannot be more Nigerians than the Nigerians. We cannot be
No.
more Ghanaians than the Ghanaians. We have to tap into what makes us uniquely us, And when we tap into it, then we can export that. But we cannot export, the people that think we sing it with Nigerian accent and things like that. It's all good. If that's what you do, it's all good. But we must recognize what is authentically us. We're trying so hard to blow. We're trying so hard to make it big that we don't even know who we are, as Victor said. So let's come back to it, and we'll be able to expand and build. It is not an easy thing to build, but you can't build on being somebody else. It's not gonna
Even
work.
Ajita speaking right, this guy song. Everybody got an area. Some people area that to go main market. That boss song took over Sierra Leone,
Oh
and
yeah.
Sierra Leone guy called me say that everybody got an area taking over the country.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. He said he didn't know it was a Liberian song until somebody told him. So I said, what do you mean? He said, Victor, that song, everywhere we went, we were just into that song. We didn't know who made the song. We thought
The song will even play in Ghana. That song will play in Ghana. Even Sunday got dear boy. That that song was
Yeah.
all over Ghana.
Yeah.
All over. Even Nigeria, the
But
people
the
were playing
point
that
is,
song.
the point is
On the
the guy's
radio, can you
song,
imagine?
the guy's song took over Sierra Leone. He never even went there one day to even to post my show. They said, I don't
Victor,
know whether for you never you can hear.
Victor,
Yeah,
Victor.
yeah.
The problem that the producer, they're not coming out with new song. They're not coming out with our song. They won't copy the other people's song.
The
Man,
problem
they
is
were
the
attacked.
problem
They
is
were
this.
attacked us.
Some of the artists there, when they come to us, some of the artists now, especially secular artists, they will come to us and be like, they will come to us with some of our music and say, I want my
But the
music
same here.
to sound like this.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what?
Well,
Once you come to
Tower
us
G
and
will
say,
get
I
you
want
on
my music to
Friday.
sound like this,
Mm-hmm.
right there that it's like you're trying for us to sound like someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and
Vic-
that's the reason why we are
Okay.
stacking these songs so
Victor,
that
Yeah.
Yala go ahead. Yala go ahead.
Yeah,
But
but if you
you
get sweet
see.
now,
But
Victor,
now,
Victor.
but now, if I go somewhere now to go music from now on, I'll start singing one of Minister Jada's song. Nothing is
Billy, you see the
impossible.
folk coming?
Get too high. Nothing
Victor,
is
yeah.
impossible.
Reese
Get
on
not
the
too
folk
high.
coming.
Nothing is.
No,
I'll
I
be.
can't
We
read. I
cannot
don't
be
see the
more
phone.
American
Now
than
talking
the
about Victor, I'm
American.
talking about Victor, Reese on the
Yeah,
folk
it said
coming.
Tower G said we can be more American than the American,
Vic-
and that's a
Exactly.
fact.
Victor, let
Mm-hmm.
me say something. This is Mizana, yo.
Oh, they say yeah.
So
Oh,
I know what they have.
I
What
can
they
say.
have.
I say yeah, my battery are going dead. I had to go plug it. But I'm saying this about culture. So
Uh-huh.
Liberians, we can even dominate the restaurant industry. Why do I say that?
Mm-hmm.
We all know Liberian food is very diverse.
Yeah.
But look in your city, they got more than 10 Jamaican restaurants. What
Yeah.
do they serve us? Rice and peas, jerk chicken, what curry goat, like three or four
Pineapple.
different food, and that's it. But they're dominating the industry. But we have like more than 10. I can sit on here and name like 25 different Liberian foods. 25. And we're
All
not
right, well, I put a girl talking neck.
yeah.
Oh, we don't
My
go to
brother,
so there you
my
go.
brother.
So
The reason why
what
we the Liberian are not even coming to support the thing.
D
You see Philadelphia, the reason why it's popping, the people patronize it because the Liberian go there where so everybody else won't come and see what's happening.
all
But you open Liberian restaurant in my city, Liberian people go to the hall.
I'm saying is we can
Okay, I'm
it,
coming close now. Yeah,
that's
after.
part of our culture. Food
Mm-hmm.
is part of the culture. Tradition is part of the culture. Music is part of the culture. We can dominate even the restaurant industry, but we don't want to focus on ourselves. So if you don't focus on yourselves, other people will always be on top, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
right.
People want to say thank you. The people say we signed the program over.
Let
We
go.
signing, yeah.
We
So let's
crossing
go,
mine
people.
in tonight.
Yeah,
So
you'll
we
come
can
next
talk.
Monday and let's make it happen. Friday will be another group and we'll come and work on the try and it will right on that thing. Because I was he coming Friday too. He already plenty. And they print where you will come here one day. All right, boy. Yeah, thank you so much. I think it was a good forum. So let's do it like every Monday you'll come. I know it can be tough on a beginning part of a week. It's very tough, but when we were divine rest somewhere we're coming go there, we're up in and
You see, David, I see the logo on my face, but you can still see me. Oh.
Thank you. No,
Don't
no,
mind
Oh,
David,
you
man.
got the man Benny and Nick. Me, I
no,
get Nick.
that's my new fire. You are kidding me, that thing.
They said David was not out there.
But Prince, how you end up over there?
I
That food keep
know.
dropping.
Somebody drop. Somebody drop.
Oh,
I was
God.
praying.
Okay,
Le
but
putete small small let's green.
like you so. All right, yeah, thank you, man. But it was nice having you guys. We'll see you guys next Monday.
Okay,
All right.
bye,
Good night.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love you
Bye.
guys.
You don't move me.